Go.
Streaming from South Africa to the world. This is the Stonks Go Moon podcast. What just happened? We break it down so you don't have to.
Welcome everyone to the Stonks Go Moon podcast. My guest today, Darius Tabai, CEO and co-founder of Vertex Protocol. Welcome to the pod.
Thanks for having me, Rocco.
Man, I think the biggest winner of this current US election, I think, was prediction markets, because we were so used to your traditional polling, right? And polling said, oh, it's a close race. And we kept seeing mainstream media use those polling figures and say, oh, it's a close race. Meanwhile, Polymarket and Twitter said, no, fuck this. This is going to be a landslide. And most of us, me included, didn't even know what a prediction market was. So I think let's start and break down what is a prediction market and sort of how does it work as a tool for us to understand these type of events going forward.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. You basically have a percentage-based bet, essentially, whether or not a digital outcome is going to occur. So in this case, it was US election, but it could be, will it rain tomorrow? Is there going to be a UK election in the next 2 years? It can be, will Pete Sampras return to tennis? It could be anything, right? But as long as you've got a digital outcome, you can have a percentage bet, and then you can kind of make money. So these things have been around for a long time, but I think crypto's given them kind of a new life. And I think the prediction markets for the US have been extremely topical and by far the biggest thing in the last quarter, I think, for crypto in terms of real use cases and bringing eyes on the space.
Okay, so why, if it's been there for so long, why has crypto now brought it to the forefront? Is it because there is an inherent gambling aspect to crypto that people seem to gravitate to and love? Not saying there's anything wrong with it, no judgment. I'm just pointing something out. I'm trying to.
Yeah, I think there's an element of that. I think also crypto has such a... Anyone who's in crypto might come to get interested in Bitcoin or Ethereum, and then typically the journey is they go down a rabbit hole and start looking at alts and thinking about different things. But I think very, very quickly, if you're taking an interest in crypto, you'll realize that US politics is a huge part of how the space is going to do, particularly from a regulatory standpoint. So I think there's a natural alignment between crypto, people are interested in the elections anyway because of the outcome, and then a sort of inclination, as you said, towards speculation. And you got those three things in one recipe. It just sort of bred this supernatural interest in the US election market. Polymarket do other markets, but I think the election was 95% of their volume, right? So it just tells you there's a very specific prediction market people are interested in.
Okay, cool. That's a very interesting point. So the election's come and gone, and we don't have another major election for at least 4 years. What are prediction markets going to do now? What are some of the biggest opportunities and some of the biggest challenges?
Yeah, well, that's the real question, isn't it? So I think now you look at the space and you say, okay, there's been all this interest has come in.
Yeah.
Does that compound into further activity in other things? In sports, more political stuff. I don't know. People's imagination can run wild.
Would it be something like, who is going to fill this seat, or who is going to be prime minister, or who is going to be president, or I'm talking globally, stuff like that, politics, stuff like that, because people seem to like that.
Yeah, it can do anything, right? I think the problem is, as with any market, it comes down to liquidity and interest. So the good thing about the US election is lots of people cared.
It's a circus.
And it was Right. And there was like a lot of attention on that one market, which just drove liquidity into this one thing.
Yeah.
People started talking about prediction markets, but really we're just talking about US election markets.
Okay.
Now we said, okay, prediction markets, the universe. Now you want to do sport. Well, creating liquidity for thousands of sporting events a day, played professionally all over the world, is a very different game. And you need professional market makers who do that, sports bookies basically.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's a different game, and you got to deal with different challenges. Yeah. So I think it will really depend on who takes this on and what their approach is.
Sure. Would something like the Mike Tyson fight and the Jake Paul fight, something like that global spectacle, I think they've got a very good knack of creating hype. Is that something that could fit into that niche?
Yes, but I just don't think it would create the same level of interest as the US election.
Okay, not even then. Okay, well, that's going to be something very interesting to watch.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about the population in the US is what, 350 million people?
Yeah.
How many of those follow boxing?
Not a lot.
20%? 10%?
Yeah, maybe.
Right? Okay. It's never going to be as intense and personal as the betting markets are for elections.
Okay. So talking about liquidity and something that really brings in liquidity, it's meme coins. I'm not a participant in meme coins, but it's something that's very interesting to me. The funniest one lately was Peanut because of Squirrel. I mean, there's also attention that thing just shot up. You guys, I read, you must correct me if I'm wrong, you did 120 billion in trading volume. Is that right?
We have done since inception, yeah.
That's madness. And a lot of it, I mean, you offer meme coins. What is the fascination to meme coins? What's driving this attraction? Is it purely speculation? But to me, there's more than speculation. It's something about societal community, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I actually think you're very much in the right area. I think when you talk to people that are involved in meme coin communities, they really, really emotionally attach to those coins and those communities, right?
Oh, yeah.
It was the same thing with the NFT market, 3 years ago. I think people find a sense of belonging. And actually, there's been quite a lot of interesting conversation around this in the media in the last month or two, right? You saw all the stuff with Murad, and I think he went on Geordie Alexander's podcast, and Geordie was positing this idea of almost like a religious cult type thing. And then you saw it with GOAT, right? Where there was AI, and I think it's dabbling in this area that can only really exist on the internet. It's this weird pseudonymous communities coming together and uniting behind some kind of an avatar. And in this case, the avatar is a meme coin or a meme specifically. And they really attach to that. Yeah,
sure. I spoke to Vineet at High Block Capital recently, and I learned something there. He was talking about sentiment, driving sentiment, because we also used, at least I'm on the old school of looking at macro and looking at technical analysis and things like that. But now purely sentiment seems to be driving this adoption of whatever coin goes up. Because look at what Elon is such a brilliant marketer in this sense, because took what he took with Doge and now calling it the Department of Governance something. He's took that efficiency. Government efficiency. He's basically took that whole thing and gave it a life on its own. It's been pumping. It's up 20% this morning, and that's purely sentiment. It's people's got no idea what it is, what it does, but that thing's got a market cap of like a small third world country.
I mean, yes, but also, I don't know. I've heard someone say before that Bitcoin was like the original meme coin. And it's kind of true. You know, like it doesn't do anything, right? It's just a thing that you can send around.
There are some strong Bitcoiners that are gonna crucify you. But I hear where you're coming from.
No, like it has all the security properties and like it's unviolable. And I get all that, but it doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
Right. Other than being a electronic chip that you pass around on a distributed database. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And like the first time someone explained it to me, I thought it was the dumbest shit I'd ever heard in my life. You come to realize like, oh, actually this thing has a value, it has a meaning.
Yeah.
And I think like these meme coins are like a derivative of that.
Okay.
Like they have a meaning because meaning is ascribed to them.
Right. So do you think meme coins are a gateway to decentralized finance?
Not necessarily. I think the problem with meme coins is the insider versus outsider risk is so high that like it leaves a whole massive window of opportunity for scammers. Like some of these meme coin communities, and we deal with them, right? We've listed them on Vertex. Like we talk with them, they like have a ethos and a reason to exist, and they're trying to do the right thing. But you know, like look at Pump.Fun. I think it's like 99% plus of those tokens literally go to zero.
Yeah.
And someone is funding those on their journey to zero. So it can be a gateway to decentralized finance, but it can also be like the end of the road, right? Someone might come, buy 5 of these trying to make some money, they go to zero and they think, well, screw this, like, you know, crypto's a scam, I'm out. And that's not necessarily true, right? A lot of people are doing proper things, trying to build stuff, make things work. But like these scammers sort of give things a bad name, right?
When something goes to zero, does that mean the owners, if I can call them owners, have taken out all of the liquidity in the pool, or how does that work? How does the value physically go to zero?
Yeah, so like typically it doesn't go technically to zero, but it'll go very close.
Yeah.
It'll be something like pool's established, people start to put you know, Sol, you know, a lot of this activity is on Solana, but it might be on Ethereum, they put ETH on one side of the pool versus the token. And then that like drags up the price because more enters as people buy more because it's the only place for them to buy. So the pool grows. And then insiders hold, you know, 20, 30, 50% of the supply. They just dump the whole supply in the pool and withdraw all of the ETH or most, you know, 99% of it. And now price is at zero and token's worthless. And the likelihood of like liquidity coming back is almost zero.
And you would think that there would be regulation to safeguard people against this, but it to me it's pretty much wild west out there.
I mean, I think regulators would say there is regulation against such things. It's not enforced in the crypto space.
Yeah. Okay. Well, fair enough. Darius, thank you so much. I just think we're in a very interesting time, and there's interesting things going to happen. Yes, innovation is good, but we can't keep on scamming people like this if we want to take crypto seriously.
Yeah, look, and to be very, very clear, I actually think meme coins have a place, right? They can be really good. I'm just saying, like, there is a negative side as well.
Yeah, awesome. Darius, thank you so much for joining me today. If the listeners want to go and connect with you and Vertex, where can they do that?
Yeah, if they follow us at Vertex_protocol on Twitter, or you can follow me, Darius Tabai, Tabai. All the updates are there. We've got loads going on. Go to our website, check stuff out, and come connect with us and have a chat.
and we'll put all the links in the comments. Thank you so much for joining me today. And to our listeners, peace, love, and prosperity.
But it doesn't feel right. Whispers in the dark, charts that glow. A gamble on tomorrow, nobody knows. Yeah, betting on the moon in a house of cards. Turning hands, gripping, but it's getting hard. Meme coins flying, predictions, skies fall. Yeah, place your bets. Are we winning at all? The prophets have been riddled, the chat rooms burn. Signals crossed, another candle turns. Elon tweets, the whales make waves. Fortune's won and lost in digital graves. We're chasing shadows, dollar signs, trading futures, leaving truth behind. Yeah, betting on the moon in a house of cards. Turning hands, gripping, but it's getting hard. Meme coins flying, predictions, skies fall. Yeah, place your bets. Are we winning at all? Yeah, place your bets. Are we winning at all? Yeah, prophets typing riddles, the chat rooms blurred. Signals crossed, another candle turns. Elon tweets, the whales make waves. Fortune's won and lost in digital graves. We're chasing shadows, dollars winning at all. Trading futures, leaving truth behind. Yeah, betting on the moon in a house of cards. Time in hands, gripping, but it's getting hard. Meme coins flying, predictions, skies fall. Yeah, place your bets. Are we winning at all? Yeah, place your bets. Are we winning at all? The prophets type in middle, the chat rooms burn. Signals crossed, another candle turns. Elon tweets, the whales make waves. Fortune's won and lost in digital graves. We're chasing shadows, dollar signs, trading futures, leaving truth behind.